Listen, brothers and sisters, everything is becoming more and more revelatory in these last days. You have to maintain your spiritual eye so you can see through all this stuff, so you can understand what's being conveyed to you through the expose. When I say through the expose, it's just based off of how you assess it, having that spiritual eye to where you can see through it. Because you understand you got a leg up because the Heavenly Father bless you with a keen spiritual eye, meaning you're awakened. You understand what this world is about, the nefarious aspects of it, the high levels, the upper levels, the media, the celebrity. When it comes to the machinations in regards to what they do behind the scenes, the dark arts, just the dark aspect in general, you have cloning. Yes, you have cloning. You have child sex slave rings. You have programming. You have electroshock treatment. All that stuff is a part of the entertainment industry. And it makes so much sense because these people, they're commodity. They're commodity. So sometimes just based off of their name alone, that draws revenue. Rick Ross, Gucci Mane, Kodak Black, all these guys are cloned. Eminem, these dudes is cloned, man. And Jamie Foxx just became one of the latest people to be cloned. Jamie Foxx was cloned. When they had that man hospitalized for unknown reasons that they couldn't even really disclose, this is how I knew it was something fishy. And it's always based off of something that happened behind the scenes to where you have to connect the dots. You know, some people saying that it has something to do with Jamie Foxx saying something about Diddy and the parties. It's not about Diddy and the parties. All these dudes are pansexuals. It has nothing to do with no damn parties. None of that gay. It has nothing to do with that. Jamie Foxx is a pansexual, or was, because I believe he died and was replaced. And this image right here, this post right here is supposed to be a revelatory aspect of the truth when it comes to what really happened with Jamie Foxx. They cloned Tyrone. How do you have a movie called They Cloned Tyrone in the wake of, what's been going on with you in regards to your health? And the reason why I asked that question is because it's the same situation that occurred with Rick Ross. Same situation that occurred with Kodak Black in terms of not just the hospitalization, because Rick Ross wasn't hospitalized. Well, he was actually hospitalized, excuse me. But Kodak Black, he was in jail. He came out and you saw like certain aspects and dynamics of a person that's an asset. Like he came out and he started to hug, one of these random dudes that I believe is a handler for Kodak Black. He hugged him as if like, he ain't seen his mom in 10 years. This is how you know that in the entertainment industry, there's nefarious aspects that you have to pick up on. I already know. When I see certain things, I already know what it is. It's just certain people, we live amongst the sheep, and that's the majority. So it looks like we the crazy ones because we able to pinpoint the nonsensical aspect of what's being conveyed to us, or more so, the truth. Not necessarily nonsensical, because it's just the truth. It's the truth. Cloning, all that stuff. If you got AI and you got all these holograms and all this stuff, what makes you think cloning isn't real? In these last days, the Heavenly Father is pretty much allowing Israel to understand what's going on by showing us these things, by letting us know the people that we put on the pedestal. As time goes on, we're starting to see more and more about them when it comes to the truth. This is why, the revelatory aspect is like, it's stark now. It's not even a thing of a surprise. Like, they're more blatant with it because the Most High is igniting this world to come to a certain point where, things start to trickle down into the understanding as far as prophecy in regards to calamity and strife and destruction. All these things have to happen as per prophecy. And when you see stuff like this, it just lets you know that this is all prophetic. These things have to happen. Yes, Jamie Foxx was a clone. It says, beware cheap imitation. What does that mean, cheap imitations? What are they telling you just by this up here where it says, beware cheap imitations? That's letting you know that this right here is supposed to replicate what really happened with Jamie Foxx. They had this man hospitalized for no reason at all that they wanted to disclose to people. And he's been hospitalized for damn near since the start of 2023. Or maybe since February or April, something like that. But he's been hospitalized for a while now. It's the same cycle when it comes to certain people that they say, oh, he's in critical condition. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers probably like, performing some sort of programming on him, tuning him up. In this case, he is a clone. This is a way of them letting you know that he got cloned. In these last days, the Most High is gonna do certain things to let us know what the answer is to all these things that's going on. It's not necessarily going to be overt. Like Jamie Foxx is not going to say I'm a clone. You know what I mean? You have to pick up on it. Like just reading this right here, right? It says they didn't clone me, but they cloned Tyrone. Why would he say they didn't clone me, but they cloned Tyrone? Why would he feel the need to say that? Because in these last days, the Most High is going to put the spirit on people to let you know what time it is. And that's the spiritual reason. The real reason why he lets you know is because this is their way of revealing themselves unto us. They have to do it surreptitiously. It's the same thing with Damar Hamlin, where he was kind of like trying to disrespect the intelligence of people when it comes to how they're able to assess things. Speaking of the Damar Hamlin clone, actually. Or the Damar Hamlin newer version that probably was tuned up. Either or. In this case, this was a clone. In Damar Hamlin's case, it could have been either a clone or someone that was just put into some sort of reprogramming, because that was ritualistic. This man's name is ringing bells, all because the man almost had a quote-unquote heart attack. How do you get more famous after you had a heart attack, bro? People gotta wake up to what's before us. And then all he kept doing is throwing up horns and throwing up the 666. They put him under major programming because most of these assets, they're programmed to throw up those hand signs. It's not just about them doing it on their own volition. Believe me, they're programmed to do certain things based off of it meeting the esoteric vibration. They have to. And the reason why I'm going on a tangent like this is because, listen, man, you have to be appreciative of the Heavenly Father for blessing you with this understanding as far as being able to see through all of the nonsense when it comes to the deception. It's so easy to see through it. This is obvious. This is an obvious revelation right here. Jamie Foxx was cloned. He was cloned. He was. He definitely was, man. And this is their way of letting you know.